What up, what up, what up? Ladies and gents, boys and girls, you are now tuned in to a brand new episode of Sportsway with Dre Day podcast. I am your host with the most, the Hood's ESPN, Crystal Street's very own, Dre Day. What's up, what's up, what's up? I know I've been gone for a while, but I just want to say thank y'all for y'all continued support. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. I've had a few people hit me up and say, yo, D, where you at? There's a lot of stuff going on. Where you been? Where you been? Listen, sometimes you just got to take a mental break. And for me, I don't want to cheat, the audience. I don't want to cheat the supporters and just put out shit just to be putting it out, and the passion is not there. You understand what I'm saying? So I basically had to take, I guess you could say, almost a month away. Believe me, it wasn't easy because there's so much stuff going on, with NBA being back, NFL being back, WNBA, baseball. Like, it's a bunch of stuff to talk about, but again, your boy just had to take a sabbatical, but as you can see, I am back. So once again, thank y'all for y'all continued support. Once again, keep it growing, keep it going, keep it flowing. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Sportsway with Dre Day podcast. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I got a couple of old videos, a couple of old ones. Now it's time to put out some new content. And y'all see the title of this video. And as you can see, with the gear, I'm war ready. And that will be because my beloved New York Yankees are back in the World Series for the first time since 2009. And we are going up against the juggernauts of the MLB, the team that spends all this money like we used to back in the day, and that would be the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep it all the way 100. This is a World Series that I have been waiting for the longest time. For the longest time, I've always wanted a Yankees-Dodger World Series. Reason being, where are the Dodgers originally from? Let's see if y'all know y'all history. Where is the Los Angeles Dodgers originally from? You don't know? Well, I'll tell you. They're originally from Brooklyn. So, I've always wanted a Yankee-Dodger World Series. Probably since 2009. I remember when Joe Torre was managing the Dodgers, and I thought it would be fitting that he would lead the Dodgers to play his former team in the World Series, because I believe that year the Dodgers actually played the Phillies in the National League Championship Series and they lost, and then, the Phillies wound up losing to us. But nonetheless, I finally got what I wanted, and that is a Yankees-Dodgers World Series. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to hold you. I'm somewhat concerned because of their offense. I mean, obviously, Ohtani, Mookie Betts, I'm sure Freddie Freeman will be a part of this World Series. They've sat him out for the division series against the Padres. They sat him out against the Mets and the National League Championship Series. They're not sitting him out for this. They are going to have all their muscle on deck to get ready for this World Series. And I wouldn't expect anything less from the Dodgers. I really wouldn't. Now, their pitching rotation, in my opinion, can get got. Okay? Flannery, whatever his last name is, we can get him. Yamamoto, I'm not sure if we can really get him, but I will tell you this. After us not getting him earlier than the offseason, we should be able to get him. But I will say this. Judge, you got to step up. You got to step up. Now, I know you did your thing somewhat in the American League Championship Series. Yes, you did. And I give you that. But in this World Series, in this Fall Classic, we need you to truly step up. Because the last captain that we had, which was Derek Jeter, that man played in, I think, 7 World Series, won 5 of them. Every World Series, he stepped up. Whether we won or lost, he stepped up. And now that you are the captain, we need you to truly, truly step up in this World Series and make something happen. Giancarlo Stanton has been on fire these playoffs, especially against the series with the Indians. Pardon yourself, with the Guardians. Won American League Championship Series MVP. Juan Soto did his thing as well. Listen, when this offseason comes, our front office, Hal Steinbrenner, all the Steinbrenner kids, Brian Cashman, give Juan Soto a blank check. Whatever he wants, you give him. Now, see, here's the thing. I think Judge's new contract was, $300 million, and they slapped the captain tag on him. Soto gonna be looking for at least 5, close to $600 million, and I say give it to him, because if we don't give it to him, that team in Queens gonna give it to him. The Mets will give that to him. The Dodgers, listen, they printing money at this point. I'm not saying that they need Soto because obviously they got enough star power, but I wouldn't be surprised if they'd be in the sweepstakes to get him. So I honestly think it's 3 teams that's going to be eyeing Juan Soto this offseason. That will be us, that will be the Mets, and that will be the Dodgers. Now let's get back to this series. I think it is very important. I think it is very crucial that we win one of these 2 games this upcoming weekend. Because the Dodgers got home field advantage. They got game 1 and game 2 in their house. Then we got 3, 4, and 5 in our house. Then we got game 6 and game 7 in their house. I think it is very, very important. I think it is crucial that we split these 2 games. Now, me, I'm a picky motherfucker. I want us to get both. But I'm not going to lie to you. I deem that impossible. That's how much respect I have for the Dodgers. I don't expect us to sweep both games. I don't. But if we can get one, and I would love for it to be the first game. We got our ace on the mound. We got Garrett Cole. Listen, this is why we paid him this money a few years ago. For this situation right here. For him to be our game 1 pitcher in the Fall Classic. And not for nothing, he could fuck around and probably pitch 3 times in this series. If the series goes the distance. He's going to pitch game 1. It's looking like he might pitch game 4. If this series goes to game 7, he might pitch that last game as well. We're going to see. Now, I think our pitching rotation is better. Obviously, I think our bullpen is better. I don't know where Clay Holmes is going to be in this series, but Luke Weaver, I like Luke Weaver. What I don't like is that everybody is trying to crown him the next Mo Rivera. Like, it's a guy that I work with. Shout out to my man Dwayne. He has this thing where he calls him the new Mo Rivera. There is no new Mo Rivera, okay? I like Luke Weaver, but don't put that pressure on him. He ain't won nothing yet. The dude ain't won nothing yet. He don't have no championships. He has no World Series saves. None of that. Let him get some hardware first before you even throw him in that conversation, even though I still don't think he's going to be the new Mo Rivera. I'm sorry. Just because you wear pinstripes don't mean you're the next Mo Rivera. There won't be another Mo Rivera. I'm sorry. But yes, I do believe that our pitching rotation and our bullpen is better than the Dodgers. My only concern is the star power with those bats. That's my only concern. And if Garrett Cole can somehow get through this game one, because I'm telling you, game one is going to be crucial. Game one is going to be crucial. We cannot go back home. We cannot come back to the stadium down 0-2. We can't. We cannot. We have to split these first two games. And if we can get the first one, even sweeter. Even sweeter. Let's get the first one. But, listen, man. This World Series is going to break records. Because, again, like I said, for years I've been clamoring for this World Series. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that agree with me. They've been wanting a Yankee-Dodger World Series. Now, they've met in the World Series, I think, more than 10 times. Obviously, I wasn't born for none of them. I've only heard of them. So to be alive for this one, it's amazing. It's amazing. I look forward to it. This World Series is going to break records. You have the two biggest markets going up against each other, and that would be LA and New York. Okay? So it's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be a slugfest, but I will say this. When they played us in the summer, there's one factor that people are not including in that. People tend to forget Juan Soto didn't play in that series. He was injured. He didn't play in that series. That weekend series, when the Dodgers played us, Juan Soto did not play in that series. So, okay, what y'all did in that series is cute. But Soto wasn't there. And it's a clip going around that I forgot happened. There was a lot of Dodger fans in the Bronx invading Yankee Stadium. It was a clip. I saw it on TikTok a few days ago where it was a sea of Dodger fans walking towards Yankee Stadium. You could basically say they took over Yankee Stadium that weekend. We got to do the same thing at Dodger Stadium, which I know will be impossible because they fans show up for their Dodgers, just like we show up for our Yankees. But again, like I said, this is going to be crucial. We have to get one of those first two games. We have to get one of those first two games. I cannot express it enough. With that being said, y'all know I have to give my pick on who I think is going to win. Of course I'm going to say us. Of course I'm going to say the Yankees are going to win the World Series. But it's an attachment to it. Game 6 just happens to be on my birthday, November 1st. Wouldn't it be fitting that my Yankees close out this series in LA on my birthday? That's what I'm predicting. I'm predicting that we win this series in 6 games. If anybody out there says that we're going to sweep the Dodgers, I don't even listen to them. Because I know that's not going to happen. I don't even think we're going to beat them in 5 games. This is not the Cleveland Guardians we're playing. This is not the Kansas City Royals that we are playing. Now, yes. And again, I can say this to y'all now because I didn't speak about it before. This season, especially once playoffs started, if you really think about it, it was no excuse for the Yankees to not make the World Series. Like, this was on a silver platter for us, if you really think about it. At least to my liking, because our biggest threats were the Orioles and the Astros. Both of them got bumped in the wild card round. So we only had to worry about the Royals, the Tigers, and the Guardians. Now I knew we would beat the Guardians. We've owned them in the playoffs for Lord knows how long. But I always knew that they was scrappy, they was feisty, and they was gonna make it a nail biter for us. And they did. Even though we won it in 5 games, but each game was a nail biter. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, that series had my anxiety through the roof. So, salute to the Cleveland Guardians for even having that type of series with us. I'd have preferred to play the Tigers, honestly. But who knows? Maybe we needed this series with the Guardians. Because, again, that juggernaut in LA, the Dodgers, is nothing like any of those teams that we played in the playoffs. This is going to be difficult. This is not going to be easy. But I'm saying we're going to do it in 6. I say we will win this in 6. In a perfect world, this is my scenario. In a perfect world, we split the first 2 games. We win 2 out of 3 in our house. And then game 6, we close it out. And there's another reason why I want us to close it out in LA. I want payback for what they did to Biggie in LA in March of 97. I want payback. Okay? So I want us to go to LA and beat them in their crib to close out the World Series. So then that way, in 2 weeks, we have another parade in New York. So that is my scenario for this World Series. Listen, it's going down tonight. The World Series starts on Fox, I believe, it's 7 games. I believe all 7 will be on Fox 5. I believe all the games start at 8. So, listen, I'm going to be at work for most of these games. So, I will be stressed out while I'm working, listening to the game. Because I'm not going to be able to watch it. I'll be able to listen. You know, with the ESPN app and shit like that. So, I'll be able to listen. But, yeah. Well, game 2, I'm off. This is my weekend off, so I'll be able to watch game 2. But, yeah, man, this series is going to be something. And it will make me feel, it will make me feel so wonderful, so great for my Yankees to win this series after my birthday. That's what I expect. Because we're not going to do it any earlier. This series will not be over in 4 or 5 games for either team. If the Dodgers beat us, it's not going to be 4 or 5 games. They're going to have to do it in either 6 or 7. I believe whoever wins this series is going to be either 6 or 7 games. Honestly. But this World Series is going to break records. Everybody and their mother is going to be watching this series. This is the time when people really start watching anyway, because a lot of people don't sit home and watch 162 games. They wait for when the playoffs start. But now that you add the World Series and you have the 2 biggest markets going up against each other, the 2 most popular teams, like, you can make a case that you got 7 future Hall of Famers in this series. 7. With Ohtani, with Mookie Betts, with Freddie Freeman, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Giancarlo Stanton to a degree, even though he can't stay healthy. Garrett Cole. Listen, we got about a good 7 potential Hall of Famers in this World Series. So, yeah, it's going to be a doozy. Trust me, it is going to be a doozy. And as you can see, I am repping my beloved Yankees. I felt I had to do it. I don't really do baseball like that, but in this situation, With my return, oh no, I definitely had to rep my Yankees and speak about them. But that's not the only thing I want to speak on. I just mentioned something about in 2 weeks, possibly the Yankees having another parade. Well, yesterday, the New York Liberty had their parade. That's right. The New York Liberty won their first WNBA championship last weekend against the Minnesota Lynx. They won in 5 games to win their first ever WNBA championship. Now, I want to say this, right? There's a lot of people out there saying that, oh, it was rigged. They wanted the Liberty to win. It wasn't a foul. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. Listen, I watched that series. Like, I'm not just one of those WNBA fans that just pay attention to the stats. I watched the games, okay? There was 5 games in that series. You can honestly say that 3 of the 5 games, the refs fucked up. Okay? You can, probably 4 games you can say that the refs fucked up. I know game 4 in particular, the refs did some home cooking for the Lynx in game 4. Even though honestly, I felt that the Lynx was probably going to win game 4 anyway, because I think it was only fitting for the series to go 5 games. I didn't think that the Liberty would close out Minnesota in game 4, even though I would have loved it, especially after how Sabrina hit that logo shot in game 3. I would have loved to see the Liberty close out the Lynx in 4 games, but something told me that wasn't going to happen. Something told me this was going 5 games, and it did. Now, I watched that game. I was at work, and I watched that game. Do I think it was a foul? No, I do not believe it was a foul. Let's just get that out the way, okay? I do not believe it was a foul. And if you pay attention real close, Stewie actually traveled once she got the ball. So not only did the refs miss that call, but they also called the ghost foul. Stewie made up for the previous free throws. She missed the first previous 2, came back, made the next 2, took it into overtime. Now, Cheryl Reeve, who I revere as one of the probably the greatest coach in WNBA history, right? That's how much love and respect I have for her. For her to get on that podium and say that it was stolen from her and this, that, and the third, this is where I have to give my 2 cents, right? If memory serves me correct, didn't the Minnesota Lynx have an almost 20-point lead in that game? If memory serves me correct, didn't Minnesota and the New York Liberty go into overtime? So you had opportunities to win this game. Courtney Williams did not show up in game 5. Now, she was talking all this shit about, she and her Birkin bag and all of that, but for the deciding game, she was nowhere to be found. And listen, since I'm talking about people was nowhere to be found, Sabrina, oh my God. Now, y'all know how much I love Sabrina Ionescu. One of my favorite players in the WNBA. She played horrible. Now, people want to give her credit because she made that key 3-pointer, I think in the 4th quarter of overtime. When you shoot 1 for 19, you got no business celebrating after winning the championship. Because let's keep it all the way 100. And I know this is a team game and, that's why it's a team effort and shit like that. But if it wasn't for Phoebage, if it wasn't for Jonquel Jones, even though she plays a key part for the Liberty anyway, if it wasn't for Sabally, Liberty would have lost this game. They would have lost this game and they would have lost this series. Real talk. Real talk. I honestly believe. And listen, don't get me wrong. Stewie had a double-double. But I'm not giving her credit for a double-double. Her shooting performance was abysmal. It was horrible. And when it's the game clincher, when it's do or die, like there is no tomorrow. Like Creed told Apollo, there is no tomorrow. Had you lost that game, there is no tomorrow. That's it. It's over. And for the two biggest stars on the Liberty to not show up, I honestly believe that they should be paying Sabali's rent and Febrich's rent for the rest of the year, even next season. That's just my opinion. Now, shout out to Jonquel Jones. I am extremely happy for her. Extremely happy from her. This is a player who went from being a sixth woman of the year to a league MVP with the Connecticut Sun. Now she's a world champion, and now she's a finals MVP. So shout out to Jonquel Jones for that. I'm proud of the New York Liberty. I am. I am a native New Yorker, so of course I'm going to be proud of them. But they did catch a break in these finals. I'm not even going to hold you. They did catch a break. I can't be a hypocrite. I got to keep it a buck. But Minnesota, y'all had opportunities too. And this is where I asked Cheryl Reeves this question. Had y'all won this game, even with that situation that happened with Stewie and the ghost foul and everything else, had y'all won this game, would you have got on that podium and said what you said? I don't think you would have. I don't think you would have. You'd have got on that podium, bragged, talked your shit, and that would have been that. It's the fact that y'all lost that you felt necessary to say what you say. Come on now. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. Just take your loss. Because again, y'all had opportunities to win. You were up close to 20. Y'all let the Liberty back in the game. That's on you. That's on your team. That's on your personnel. That's on your coaching. That ain't got nothing to do with the refs. That's on you. And then you had an opportunity in overtime. Rushing shots. I mean, listen, I love Nafisa Kalia. I love me some Nafisa Kalia. And I think with this loss, she's going to turn even into... Listen, she's already a monster. She's going to be even more of a monster come next season. But yes, congratulations to the New York Liberty. Can they run it back? Can they spin the block? Only time will tell. Because they got a couple of free agents. And I think 3 of them is key. I think Stewie is a free agent. I think Jonquel is a free agent. I think Vandersloot is a free agent. Shout out to Vandersloot. I got to shout out Sloot because she was missed towards the, I want to say a little before All-Star break or probably during it and even coming back. And we didn't know the reason. We just knew it was a personal reason. Come to find out, her mother had passed away. R.I.P. to Mama Vandersloot. And for her to come back, accept her role coming off the bench. Now again, this is a player who's regarded as one of the greatest point guards in the league's history. I say Sue Bird, okay? Some may say her, who knows? But for her to come back, not be at her best, and in the playoffs, accept her role coming off the bench without complaining, that's a team player. That's a team player. That's the definition of a team player. So yes, I am very much happy for this Liberty team. Can they spin the block? I think they can as long as everybody comes back, which I think they will. I don't think Stewie is going anywhere. I don't think Jonquel is going anywhere after this. Now, Vandersloot, who knows? She might retire. I'm not sure. But I don't think Stewie is going anywhere. And I honestly don't think that Jonquel is going anywhere either. Because Once you get that taste of a championship, even though Stewie already has 2 with Seattle, she now has 3, and then she's from New York. She's not from the city, she's from upstate in Syracuse, but I don't see her going anywhere else. I honestly don't see her going anywhere else. Jonquel, I don't think she's going anywhere either after winning this championship. And in New York, in the Mecca, I do not see her leaving. I honestly do not see her leaving. But it's going to get interesting because with this Golden State team that's coming to play next season, there's only 6 players that each team can protect. There's already 12 teams in the WNBA. Golden State will make it 13. And then I think next year, Portland and Toronto will make their debuts. With the expansion draft that's about to happen soon, each team can only protect 6 players. So this expansion draft is going to be very interesting. Which 6 players can the New York Liberty protect? Only time is going to tell. Only time is going to tell. But once again, congratulations to the New York Liberty on winning their first ever WNBA championship. Shout out to the Liberty Legends. I'll be remiss if I didn't shout them out. Because, listen, they was at the parade. I didn't see Rebecca Lobo, which I was a little offended because I felt she should have been there. You know, you were one of the original Liberty, right? You were part of that original Liberty, right? You should have been on that float. I know I saw Vicky Johnson. I know I saw Teaspoon. Listen, Teaspoon been getting her love, rightfully so. She's been getting her flowers, rightfully so. Kim Hampton, Vicky Johnson. I'm not sure if I saw Crystal Robinson. She should have been there as well. Sue Wicks, I know she was going to a lot of the games. I'm not sure she was at the parade, which I think she should have been. But nonetheless, congratulations to the New York Liberty. Just think about this, man. It's been 51 years since my city, New York, won a basketball championship. The New York Knicks in 1973. That was the last time New York won a basketball championship. That drought is now over, and that is because of the women, the New York Liberty. So, in my opinion, I think the New York Liberty, they run New York right now when it comes to basketball. They run it until further notice. Until the Knicks can win a championship. Because honestly, the Nets ain't winning shit. So it's basically up to the Knicks at this point. If the Knicks can somehow win a championship soon, then maybe they'll be running shit when it comes to basketball in New York. But right now, it's the New York Liberty. Light up them torches. The New York Liberty. Liberty up. They are running New York as it pertains to basketball. So once again, congratulations to the New York Liberty. And I wrap this up by saying good luck to my Yankees. Make me proud. Make the city proud. Let's close this out in 6 games. I'll be okay with 7 as long as the end result says New York Yankees 2024 World Series champions. Okay? I don't do the whole get American League East champion shirts. I don't get no merch that says American League East champions. I don't get no merch that says American League champs. The only merch I get is when it says World Series champions. I'm not settling for them other 2 rounds. No, I want to settle for the ultimate destination, and that is the World Series. Us carrying that trophy down the Canyon of Heroes. The Liberty just had their parade. 2 weeks, I'm hoping my Yankees have ours. So, once again, good luck to the Yanks. The World Series starts tonight. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. With that being said, it is a wrap for this episode. Once again, thank y'all all for y'all continued support. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. In the meantime, in between time, help your boy out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Sportswear with Dre Day Podcast. Hit that like button. Again, hit that subscribe button. Share the future video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. All that good shit. Y'all hit me up in them comments, man, and tell me what you think. Who is going to win the World Series? Are you Team Yankees or are you Team Dodgers, okay? Believe me, if you're going for the Dodgers, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I just can't talk to you until the series is over, okay? But there you have it, all right? So, in closing, y'all know how this goes. This has been another episode of Sportswear with Dre Day Podcast. Catch y'all on the flip side. God bless. Peace and love. Go Yankees. Salute, salute, salute. Your boy is out of here. Peace.